The Social Dilemma 2020 is a documentary film directed by Jeff Orlowski and released on Netflix. The film examines how social media platforms manipulate user behavior and the implications of this on individuals and societies. The documentary reveals how tech companies track user data and use it for targeted advertising and manipulation. The Social Dilemma features a series of interviews with tech industry insiders sharing their experience. The film highlights the addictive and attention-grabbing strategies employed by tech companies in designing social media platforms. The documentary discusses how the use of artificial intelligence and algorithms impacts democratic process. The film emphasizes how social media fuels societal issues and exacerbates divisions. The Social Dilemma addresses people's tendency to detach from reality in digital environments. The documentary explores the negative impact of social media on individuals' mental health. The Social Dilemma shows how users interact with their digital devices and how this interaction interferes with social relationships. The film examines the impact of social media on news journalism and information exchange. The documentary criticizes how social media encourages polarization and radicalization in society. The Social Dilemma emphasizes the impact of personalized advertisements on people's behavior. The film discusses how new technologies like virtual reality and augmented reality impact social connections. The documentary addresses how social media poses a threat to democracy and surveillance. The Social Dilemma exposes how technology intrudes on people's privacy. The film explores the idea that social media can have a drug-like effect and addresses users' propensity for addiction. The documentary discusses the credibility and accuracy issues of news sources on online platforms. The Social Dilemma demonstrates the market that social media users offer to advertisers. The film explains how tech companies use data analytics to manipulate users and fill their time with ads. The documentary discusses how social media impacts people's authenticity and shapes social norms. The Social Dilemma focuses on how social media affects people's self-confidence and happiness. The film draws attention to how social media usage can lead to the misuse of personal information. The documentary addresses the issue of misinformation and disinformation on social media. The Social Dilemma exposes the impact of social media on personal privacy. The film explains how tech companies are designed to encourage users to spend more time. The documentary examines the impact of social media on the mental health of young people. The Social Dilemma examines how social media usage interferes with democratic process. The film discusses how social media influences political campaigns. The documentary addresses how social media contributes to social isolation and loneliness. The Social Dilemma shows how technology shapes individuals' thoughts and behaviors. The film highlights how social media manipulates and directs users through manipulation. The documentary discusses how social media platforms sell users personal information. The Social Dilemma draws attention to the addictive qualities of social media. The film discusses how social media increases a sense of mistrust in society. The documentary addresses the harms of social media on children and young people. The Social Dilemma emphasizes how tech companies influence and control society. The film examines how social media has changed people's access to information. The documentary discusses how social media shapes people's perception of reality. The Social Dilemma highlights how technology addiction has become a part of society. The film addresses how social media violates users' privacy. The documentary examines the social concerns arising from social media. The social dilemma sheds light on how technology shapes people's inclinations. The film discusses how social media leads people to constant comparison and unhappiness. The documentary addresses the impact of social media on data security and cyber attacks. The social dilemma emphasizes how tech companies continuously collect data to optimize user experience. The film investigates how social media alters people's social relationships in the virtual world. The documentary discusses how social media influences users' information exchange.